Okay, let's just get this. I have some sad news. I'm going to take a sabbatical from funfun. It's not a vacation. I'm going to be stopping productions of videos. I'm not going to do any streams. And it's going to be for an undefined amount of time. I might start doing funfun again at some point in the future, but for now, I'm going to take a long break. I am going to be joining a mental health startup in Stockholm called Mindler. In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about why this is happening and what made me do this decision, because I believe that a lot of people are wondering, and you deserve an answer. But before I do that, I'm gonna get some practicalities out of the way. Most importantly, on Monday the 13th, I am going to be holding a goodbye live stream at 7 a.m. Pacific time. It's a link in the episode description to the Twitch and the time. Please join me in that. It's going to be emotional as hell, and I wanna say goodbye to every one of you. If you want to keep following me outside of funfun, because I will still be alive, you can do so at mpjme on Twitter. That's the best way. Funfun.chat will continue to operate for the foreseeable future. It's a beautiful community with amazing leadership that is not dependent on me, and as long as that is true, I want to keep it alive. So do join if you haven't already. It's an amazing place filled with people like you who believe that programming is more about more than just the code, but also about humanity. If you're a patron or Twitch subscriber, I expect you to stop pledging, but if you for some reason want to keep that going, I won't stop you, but after a while, eventually I will turn that option off. So, why? Is probably what a lot of people are wondering. It's today almost 5 years, almost exactly on the day, like a few Sundays ago. Exactly 5 years since I posted the first video on funfun. It has been a wild ride. I think that this is video 219 or something like that. I have never received as much appreciation for anything I've ever done in my life, and I'm so grateful to every single one of you that has allowed me to do this. Funfun really is my life's work up until this point. 5 years is a very, very long time for me to stick to anything. I've never stuck to a job or an education or anything for that amount of time. It's a testament to how cool and interesting this job is, being a creator, a YouTuber, a streamer. It's one of the best jobs in the world, really. It has felt more me than anything I've ever done. But as the years have passed, I've more and more started losing touch with programming. I started programming because I loved creating things. And programming was an amazing tool for creating. Looking at my notes here, it's a little bit of a letter, this. I was never really interested in thinking about it in the abstract. And when I started funfun, I was still at Spotify, and it was a little bit of an outlet for me to talk about musings while I was creating at Spotify, while building. And when I went full-time, all I was doing was talking about creating, not actually creating. When I did create, it was tools that facilitated the creating. I made like Twitch overlays and stuff like that. So it was very meta. Don't get me wrong. I think that this was an amazing way to spend my time. I heard from thousands of people how I've helped them become better and more inspired developers by me sharing my passion and knowledge to the world. But I think that now, 5 years later, I'm out of things to share. I've shared all of the stuff that I learned during my time as a programmer when I was working as a programmer, And like I've also lost a little bit of the passion for the craft itself, like coding. So I can't really contribute with much enthusiasm either at this point. So now it's time for me to go back to the place where you all are. I want to go back to building products, putting things out into the world. So I spent some time thinking about what it is that I care about. Like what is it that I should be creating? I care about a lot of things, but one thing that sticks out lately is psychology and mental health. I don't talk much about this on the channel, but when I was in my late teens, my mother committed suicide. It was after a very long battle with the chronic depression and addiction to benzodiazepines. During the last year or so, I've been going to therapy myself, facing a lot of inner demons that have been there for many years. And as I've done this, I've realized what a big and interesting and important problem mental health is. I've basically grown the opinion that mental health is an area that way more people should be working on instead of other things. Globally, more than 800,000 people commit suicide every year. In almost all countries, suicide is a more common way to die than homicide, sometimes 10 or 20 times higher. So that means that every 40 seconds a person commits suicide, and that means that since you've been starting watching this video, have killed themselves. And this figure is probably an underestimate because of the huge stigma that is connected to suicide. And that is just people that succeed in taking their life. Almost 1 in 2 people, like almost 50%, will at some point in their life go through a period where they are seriously considering suicide for 2 weeks or more. 1 in 10 will at some point try to commit suicide. 1 in 10. Just imagine like your friend circle and your family like lined up and like. And this is just mental health problems that are so severe that it actually causes people to contemplate killing themselves. We also suffer massively from non-lethal mental disorders. In any given year, 30% of the US population will be suffering from some type of mental health disorders, and recognized one. The World Health Organization is telling us that depression is the /1 cause of disability in the world now. So it outpaces cancer and it outpaces heart disease. In any given week, 1/10 of the adult population is suffering from clinical depression, and 1 in 5 people will suffer from it at one point in their lifetime. And 1 of 4 adults will at some point suffer from alcoholism in their life. Which is why there now are 20 million alcoholics in the US alone. So that gets you thinking. We have, in the last 2 centuries, we've doubled the lifespan of human life. But have we actually also doubled life? What have we done around fulfillment, living a meaningful life, feeling connected, feeling good about your life? Have we also doubled the quality of life, or have we just extended it? As humans, we spend vast resources on keeping our bodies alive, but it seems to me that we are only spending a fraction of that time and energy and money and resources on catering to our minds. So that is what I want to work on, like improving mental health. And because it's a problem that is close to my heart, and it's an important problem in the world, and COVID will not make that problem any smaller. So this is all what led me to join Mindler. That's how I found them. They provide psychological help to people through app, and they employ only licensed psychologists with at least 1 year of clinical work experience. You meet your psychologist through video or chat if you prefer, and they're also rolling out like interactive cognitive behavioral therapy programs, which is like something that is also like a set of product that is very close to my heart because it allows you to scale the impact of any given psychologist, which is what we really need because we don't have enough psychologists in the world to help everybody that needs it. It's a well-funded company at a really interesting stage with their technology organization, where I think I can have a great impact. It's a great product. It's so interesting field. It's so fun, and yeah, I'm feeling really, really good about joining them. Actually, I'm looking forward to this a lot. In case you want to work with me at Mindler, they are hiring. You can find a link in the episode description. The jobs page stuff there's a lot of Swedish there, but you don't need to speak Swedish to work at Mindler, especially not the tech. It's mostly English speaking. So yeah, do apply. And if you're not based in Stockholm and you're the right candidate, we'll relocate you. So that's the why and Mindler and mental health. I wanna like return, like end off with talking about funfun and you, the people watching. Thank you so much, everyone. It is mind-boggling that I've been this lucky to have been able to do funfun is one of the biggest blessings of my life. I've said before, but like it is truly one of the biggest. This is my life's work so far. Because of funfun, I've traveled across the world. I've met people like heroes to me that I thought I'd never meet. Never thought I'd meet, and I've spoken to audiences in thousands. It's an insane thing to live a life where people can recognize you on the street and come up and say how, thank me for their path as a developer and how that improved things for you. Like, to everybody that did that, thank you so much. It's one of the coolest things that somebody can experience. It's a great pleasure of mine to have been a small part on your journey as a developer. Humbling and flattering does not even begin to describe it. I'm so honored to have been able to do funfun for you. Finally, I wanted to thank my business partner, David. I'm pretty sure that David is the best person that I know. David is a remarkable person, and he has been an amazing support through thick and thin. We've been running companies since we were 18 years old, and funfun, the latest is the latest one, and I hope there will be more in the future. He's one of the best friends anybody could ever hope to have. If you want to keep following me outside of funfun, follow my next adventures in what I do, you can do so at mpjme on Twitter. And don't miss the goodbye stream. Don't miss the goodbye stream. It's going to be on the Monday the 13th at 7 a.m. Pacific time, the normal time. And it's going to be the last Good Monday morning, at least for a long time. Yeah, that's it. Until further notice, stay curious.